Hi. Yeah, we continue our review of my games in the 2025 Kiambu Open. I finished joint third with 5 out of 6, having lost one game, and I'm reviewing day 2 results. We are playing 3 games per day. This is 90 minutes, no additional time, 90 minutes to finish your game. From, so kind of a marathon of chess. And today's, yesterday, Sunday, 11th of May 2025, I won all my games, but they were not easy games. I want to show you just now. This is okay. It's not showing. One moment, please. Let me see if I can show you this. Yep, it is showing now, but it's covered. Okay, let's see. You think there. Anyway, let me just drag this to the right. Sorry guys, I needed to have set this up a little bit better a little earlier, because what I want to show you is this here. See that accuracy, 91% with 85% from your opponent. Opponent didn't play badly. They didn't play badly at all. So yeah, if we go back to, we want to review this game. So very quickly, I will go through the game. I'm playing white.
Opening with the pawn controls the center and opens up the light squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games.
Let's go back to analysis, which is better. All right, so he played e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and then now knight. So there are several moves here, but this move is what we consider as an option. There are many others, of course. In fact, the main line is, well, different. So plays here, I pick. Of course, you don't want to pick immediately and go into the fried liver attack. That goes something like this. The only way to defend both guys is something like this, which you have to study by yourself, really, to some basic line. So instead of picking up that way, what black does, normally they pick here. This is one of the main moves, but the other moves also. There is this move, which is what the opponent played here. I think they were looking at it as an opening surprise, but I've probably played 100 times. Picks, and then instead of moving the knight away, then attack your bishop. If you take the knight, they take your bishop, and the move you play is actually bishop to f1. This way, in case the queen were to pick here, then this is not hanging. That's the main point, and then you'll pick back here with tempo. So instead, bishop f1, takes. On d5, this is still theory. Now that discovers an attack on that knight. Now we can pick check, because the queen can't pick, sorry, not there, sorry, you pick this knight first, they take your knight. Now you can pick check, because now the tempo that you're going to lose doesn't really exist. And the best move for this opponent is actually king to d8. This is still opening theory. Now here the best recommendation is castling, but this is a move I prefer. It's a slight inaccuracy according to the engine, but again it transposes, because the bishop comes out. Looks like there's a nice x-ray. This knight can come out, the castle, but you can't move the knight out because I simply take the bishop because it's undefended. So that's why the opponent actually plays rook to b8, which is their best move, and I calmly and casually take this pawn. The correct move actually here goes knight to e3. I play here, and you can't just play anything, because easy, that is checkmate. So instead, black is forced to play check. I pick, and then they pick with what? Is it the bishop or the knight? I think I have to take with the knight. Yeah. After which, I believe the best move is either this Yeah, that move, or yeah, so that's the best move. Somewhere like this. So this is okay. You have to study from here certain ideas. It's not like the most complicated thing in the world, but this is an option. Instead, my opponent played this move, to which I should simply reply here. And I was contemplating these options. I was wondering what happens if they play here because they're attacking my bishop. But in fact, in this position, I should play this move. You don't want to take that bishop because I take here that. And something similar actually happens in the real game, but not with the knight and the bishop being exchanged. So instead, when this is played, I thought, let me just block this bishop all the way. But that's actually a blunder, because what happens is they pick, I pick back, and they pick here. And now I'm facing quite some trouble. Although this king is in the center, you can see that I'm not really developed. All my pieces are in the back rank. White has two pieces, and you can already see the possibility of a move like this. Let's say a check is coming here, bishop comes back, threatening checkmate, and how do you stop all these guys? And my pieces are out. So this is why I made this decision to play this pawn sacrifice. And I've seen exactly what happened here, because in this way, at least my bishop has room, and I'm arguing that this king in the center is not good for black. So I'm giving back my second pawn. I was 2 pawns up, and here they played check, the best move, and they picked their check, that's their best move, and they played queen to c4. What was being recommended? Queen to, I don't believe it. Queen here. Really? Oh, this is not a check. I was wondering why this is possible. Okay. That didn't occur to me. But then, yeah, that didn't occur to me. So that's what I should have played. Anyway, I played queen to c4, fearing some ghosts. Then played here, queen to d3. So these moves are not the absolute best, but the plan is very simple. And then now the threatened checkmate. And I sort of felt that here they should check me, queen to d5, because my options are very limited. I have to play f3, and now there's a bit of weakness on the king. But they didn't play that. Instead, they played this move. Very happy with these last moves, because now knight out, and you can never play check. So black sees this and plays knight here. Again, if I pick, they pick back, and if I pick back, then they have this rook on the second rank, which is not a good idea for the opponent. It's not winning anything, but definitely the one playing for a win is black. Instead, I'd seen this move, and this is what I'd planned. I'm now attacking the knight. Turns out it's not the best move, but picks, and the rook comes here, maintaining control of rank, but also beginning to target this weakness here. So the thing I don't want is the possibility of the queen exchanges being forced. So I thought for some time and played king g1. The computer approves this move. I should play all the way to d1, but that is not what I played. I played here, and then the queen came out to f3, and I played here, forcing the trade. I'm not sure the trade is good for me, because I'm generally not very well. King to d7, king to f1, and what I have in mind is I want to play here. Let's say they play, I want to play here, and now if they pick, I pick back, and you can't bring your rook to the second rank because my king is blocking. That's not what anyway. So I played here. They played there. I played rook to d4. The rook avoided that trade, attacking this pawn and maintaining the position on this pawn. Tit for tat. You take my pawn, I take your pawn, and I think that we are generally fine, and that is correct. So instead, they didn't take the pawn; they defended theirs. But now my bishop comes to d4, defending my pawn and attacking that pawn, and the bishop came back to defend. Now my rook comes up attacking this pawn, and again black plays f6. Now here I have seen the possibility that if this rook moves away, for example here, let's say rook, let's say random move is what? this is the rook is coming somewhere here, but I'm trying to find a move. Let's say the king can't capture, and let's say the king moves away, they come here. I'm seeing this possibility of takes here, check, but now the bishop can come out this way. And even if I win this pawn, so 3 pawns for a rook, these pieces are very powerful. They're rooks on 7th rank. I'm going to lose a couple of pawns and most likely I'll lose the game. So, however, I want it such that if after this line, this bishop comes and I could somehow move this pawn here and the pawn is protected, the king can't pick, then I'm winning it anyway. So this would be a big improvement. So here it took some time to figure out what I could do. I have to wait for black to allow me to fast track these two moves. The pawn has to move to one step and the rook has to come here for me to be able to implement that sacrifice. So he played rook to b8. Not really a waiting move, but it is a waiting move. I'm moving this pawn forward because it can queen much faster and I can save these possibilities, and he attacks this target which has been waiting for the longest time. So I play c4, which is part of the plan, and he comes up attacking this pawn. I find it a second time, and now he makes a mistake of taking this pawn which I've left behind, and my plan now works perfectly because now check, takes, and if you play here, I can in fact attack your bishop, and I'm winning altogether. So that's what I played. Just played king to c5. Now king to c5 looks like a very nice move because now you take the bishop, then you simply take here, and I think in this position, oh, it still says I'm better. Interesting. Rook to f5, king here, rook to b1. Let's move our king down. It's a bit tricky. That's not what I really wanted to do, but why go through that trouble while you have a very simple move, which is to check here first. And the idea behind that check is either you go back, now you're not attacking twice, and I can pick here, and later I can come and check you and pick this pawn, or play what black played, which is this, maintaining contact, but now I can pick, and you can't pick this guy because now I'll check you and take the rook at the far end, and you're down a whole rook, and you can as well resign as black. So instead, I picked, and then they played this move, getting the pawn rolling. That's the source of counter play. I'll not fault him, it's actually a decent move, but it's an inaccuracy. But then I have now this move here, check. And black has a few problems. Either you go back into this position, in which case I'll show you that's the move that was played. But again, if you're to try such a move, then there are ideas here that are complicated. The king is open to these attackers, and there's a possibility that checkmate is going to happen. And this is not an easy one. So they played king c5, check, has to move back. Now the pawn is safe, but now here. And you can't stop me. So they pushed the pawn one more step. I picked. They went back, which is a very good move because my rook can't come behind the pawn. That was my plan initially. But I play rook to f6, and the reason behind it is if ever this is played, I don't waste time defending this one. So then I can just keep pushing. But in fact, in this position, my opponent has a plan. They played here, and let's say I just push. I think I'd be losing here if I'm not mistaken. I'm not losing. Surprise, surprise. So there, this push again, and now, ooh, surprise. Interesting. Okay. No, but my king not here. My king has to be. How did my king do that square? I think maybe it's a bad move somewhere. Ah, yes. So this is not position. This, then this is what I played. I think I played here. Yes, that's what they played. And I played rook to f5 to keep the king cut off. I didn't want the king coming close and winning all these guys. To b2, so that everything else remains the same. Played there, picks, takes, king up, check first, goes back. No, they didn't go back. They played here. Sorry. Check, they played here. I picked this way. This, check, king here, check, king there, rook to h5. And now in this position, they pushed again, check, king down to stop my rook from getting there. That's the best move in fact. Rook here, defending in advance this square. And I sort of felt that in this position, they played here with a nasty planner. You can just push. That's what I was looking at, and I felt it was kind of, yes, that's a mistake. You can see the evolution changes. Oh, I don't know if you can see it, but the bar on the side goes down. And the reason is now you cannot play these moves. They play, this is a plan. And if I, wait, that doesn't work. Interesting. This is the move actually. Yeah, and they are going to push the pawn and they're going to probably queen by force. I can't come behind this pawn. Even if you came here, they play this. Even if you come here, they play this. And this is the end of the story. So the move I played was the best move. I played here. They're comparable. Then he played this move. Now I'm attacking both. Rooks are attacking both these pawns, so you can't play here anymore. I'll just pick it. So all that is for naught. Instead, check was played, king up to g2. And then now this move is played. But I attack the rook, and you can't just run away. Well, this is what happened actually. They picked here. I played check. King went down, and then I played here. And now this pawn is lost. Here they played c5. I took this way because I was expecting the rook to run away, after which I'd probably play my rook to c1. But then they picked, which is not a good idea. When you don't need material, you don't pick. But my opponent was low on time. They played here. The king was pretty bad now, which just allows this move. They push down to c4. Again, the rook alone cannot defend this pawn against king and rook. So my king comes. His king comes, and immediately I attack the rook. He checks me, expecting me to go down, but in fact I play up, and this is now resignable. King comes closer, played check. They attack my pawn, but instead of picking, I do this fork. I pick, and I pick, and these three pawns are definitely able to win the game comfortably. So this is actually what happened. So yeah, a very interesting game, well played by my opponents. And I'm hoping that maybe if need be, I'll redo this game at some point. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching. Please remember to leave a comment. Let us know what you think we can improve on. But this is Kiambu Open 2025. First time I'm playing in a tournament in a long time. Hopefully we'll get a couple of Magnus.